I think I got it all balanced out now. So, let's see. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. I guess my low is technically I forgot to do something, but it's not really that big a deal, so I can sort of brush it off fine. My high is basically the subject of today's video, and that is Chuggaaconroy has actually given some insight as to what his next LP is going to be. An LP is a Let's Play. I'll explain in a minute. And my act of kindness was when I was visiting my folks last night. I actually noticed that because yesterday it snowed. I actually shoveled the driveway, and yeah, very decent evening. Nothing special right home about it. Just a nice evening. So good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. So I've been meaning to talk about this ever since he posted his second hint yesterday. So I will talk about that right now. So if you don't know who Chuggaaconroy is, he is a YouTuber who specializes in, playing video games, specifically video games that are on the Nintendo or any of the Nintendo systems. And as of right now, he has done 45 Let's Plays, all throughout the span of well over a decade at this point. I have been watching Chuggaaconroy since 2009. So I've been watching him for a very long time. And I will admit, some LPs I didn't really get into, like any of the Animal Crossing stuff, I didn't really watch very much. But for the most part, I've been watching him for what'll be 13 years this year. Pretty long time, huh? Actually, it'll be 13 years? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 13 years. So, after spending well over a year for his biggest Let's Play he's ever done, which was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, he is now in preparation for doing his 46th Let's Play. Now, normally when he finishes the Let's Play, he'll give you a hint during the end credits, like what it'll be. And before the Let's Play is revealed, he usually gives 3 hints. Why did I just put up number 4? 3 hints. The first hint was, and I'm just baffled if I just put a 4 instead of a 3. It's early in the morning, forgive me. So, the first hint was this Let's Play is going to take place in a new land, or a new area, in a place we have visited before. Or, basically, it's going to be a sequel of some kind, is what he's alluding to. Or possibly a different game that happens to take place in the same universe as another series. Something along those lines. Although it's really more of the first thing rather than, again, different characters, different setting, but, it's more the former than the latter. His second hint, which he just revealed yesterday, was, and I quote, "I ain't doing another RPG yet." Which makes sense. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was an RPG. A very, very, very long one. So, him not doing another RPG, I'm okay with that. Now, he hasn't given out the third hint yet. So, right now, any fans of Chuggaaconroy really only have speculation to go on from this point. Now, having watched Chuggaaconroy for what'll be 13 years this year, I have seen quite a lot of his stuff, to say the least. and naturally he has played lots of games that aren't RPGs whatsoever. So, in terms of games that he has played that are RPGs, obviously the first one that's going to come to mind is Pokemon. In fact, he even has once stated that Pokemon is his favorite game series of all time. What can I say? The man has good taste. But since he said he's not doing another RPG yet, any Pokemon game, off the table. He's not doing another Pokemon game. There you go. Not doing it. So much for anyone who wanted to see him do Black and White, Black 2 and White 2. You know, there you go. And since we're talking about RPGs, if he ever wanted to redo, say, Mother 3, he couldn't do that either. And it's funny enough, because I'm about to mention another game series of characters that he has talked about, and that is Mario and Luigi. Specifically, it's funny, Mario games usually aren't RPGs, except for Super Mario RPG. And for Luigi, all you have is Luigi's Mansion. Yet, the Mario and Luigi games are RPGs. So, I think it was Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. It would be the next one he would do if he did another RPG involving Mario and Luigi. So, that game's not going to happen either. Or any Mario and Luigi game. So, there you go. Now, considering how much I've tried to narrow this down, there are definitely plenty of options that are left. I mean, I mentioned Mario and Luigi, specifically a mainstream Mario game, quite possibly Super Mario Odyssey. That'd be one he could do, as that's clearly not an RPG he could do. It's actually a platformer. And there is also Luigi's Mansion 3. That's another game that would definitely be a very viable option. He has done Sonic before in Sonic Colors. And I believe Sonic Lost World would be the next game. And that's if he were to do it. So that's another possibility. So far, he's done 2 Kirby games. He did Kirby's Epic Yarn and Kirby's I forget what it was. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Return of Dreamland? No, that's not it. Was man, I can't remember what it is. I'm sorry, but if he ever did another Kirby game, maybe Kirby Squeak Squad, or you could probably just do sort of like a whole thing of Kirby Superstar Ultra. That wouldn't be a bad idea either. 6 games in one, that'd be fun. You could probably do like, some of those games only take like not even 5 minutes to do, so literally that'd be 3 videos right there. I know that Return to Dreamland is the one where it's 4-player co-op, or 1 player and like 3 helpers, which was just like how Kirby Superstar worked. That was awesome. I could definitely see Chuggaaconroy playing around with that for a little while. I do believe, was there another Yoshi's World game? Because if there was another Yoshi game, I think he would do that. He's never done anything Donkey Kong related, so that wouldn't be it either. And, okay, you know what? Here's the thing. I kind of have my own personal idea of what I think he should do. I've been trying to avoid talking about it because that's probably what's going to take up the remaining segment of this video. But one game series that Chuggaaconroy has done in the many years I've been watching him is Legends of Zelda. The first game he did was Wind Waker. Then he did Majora's Mask. Then he did Link's Awakening when it was re-released on the DS. Then he did Skyward Sword. And then he did, it was the sequel to Wind Waker. I forget what it's called. Man, I can't remember what it is, but yeah, he did that too. Now, the fact I mentioned Legends of Zelda, a lot of people are probably going to gravitate towards either Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild, as they are pretty much hailed as, like, you know, the greatest Zelda games ever. Here's the thing with Ocarina of Time. I've always thought that Chuggaaconroy ever wanted to end doing what he does. Like, the final Let's Play he ever does in his entire life. I would think Ocarina of Time would be the one to do, just because that one did come out before Breath of the Wild. And while it's definitely a relatively long game, it's not obnoxiously long. Breath of the Wild really is obnoxiously long. Seriously, I think, like, that game came out, I'd say at least 4 or 5 years ago, and people are still coming up with, like, new things about it. And considering that Chuggaaconroy just spent well over a year and change doing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I don't think he wants to do another game of that length yet. Not for a long time. So while Breath of the Wild would be a great idea, I won't necessarily say that's what it's going to be. So with that said, if you don't think he's going to do Ocarina of Time, or if you don't think he's going to do Breath of the Wild, what else is there? Well, believe it or not, I actually do have one theory. See, after he did Wind Waker and then Majora's Mask, everyone, well, at least I did, I immediately gravitated to thinking, okay, he's essentially doing all of, like, the main Zelda storyline games. Even though after Ocarina of Time, it splits into 3 separate timelines, but that's beside the point. Now, Chuggaaconroy doesn't just do LPs just for fun. I mean, technically he does. It's his job. And to do a really good job of what he does, he really will go into all the great intricacies and details of all the games he's played. The music, the characters, the story, the atmosphere. That one's important. I'll get to that in a minute. And he will always take time to tell you, like, what about this particular thing resonates with him. Like, say, what this character does, you know, how he reacted to it, or maybe something on the lines of a certain memory he's had with a certain song from a video game that he's heard. You know, something along those lines. If there's one thing Chuggaaconroy really likes to do, besides talking about how good a musical piece is in a video game, it really is talking about how beautiful the atmosphere can be. And there is only one Zelda game that rivals all the others when it comes to sheer tone, atmosphere, maturity, and definitely something I could see Chuggaaconroy really having fun with. So, if any of you have already guessed it, I'll tell you right now, that game is Legends of Zelda Twilight Princess. Again, this is just speculation. I really don't think it's gonna, I mean, I would absolutely love you right about this. That would actually be really cool. However, Chuggaaconroy really is a master of subverting expectations. To give you an example of this, there was at one point, he did 2 Let's Plays at the same time. Super Mario 64 DS and Link's Awakening. as that game was released on the DS. Now, when he did that, and obviously he's giving hints, he said he was doing 2 Let's Plays at the same time. One game was released on the DS, and the other one was released on another console, I believe. I forget what the other part of that hint was. But the point is, everyone immediately thought he was going to do Super Mario 64, which they were right about. But for the life of really anyone, no one could figure out what the other game was going to be. And then we got Link's Awakening. So when I tell you that Chuggaaconroy is a master at subverting expectations, when it comes to revealing what his next Let's Play is going to be, I'm being serious. It really is up in the air what he's going to do next. And considering that he just gave out the second hint yesterday, I suspect he'll give the third hint probably sometime early next week, Monday, Tuesday maybe. Do his big reveal, because usually after the third hint he waits about a day or so before he reveals what the Let's Play is going to be. So let's say that he does the third hint on, say, the latest Tuesday. And he likes to start a Let's Play on the weekend. That's what I'm alluding to. Thursday will be the day that he reveals what it is. And therefore, he would love to kick off a weekend starting his new Let's Play of whatever he does on that Friday. That's usually what he likes to do, which, again, the man has good taste. I'd love to do something fun on a Friday night. And watching Chuggaaconroy has always been fun. So there you go. If anyone else has any ideas what his Let's Play is going to be, let me know. I'd love to hear your opinions. But again, if I'm picking what I want him to do the most, I would say, dude, just bite the bullet and do Twilight Princess. I know for a fact you're thinking about doing it. It's been on the back of your mind for a while. I can tell. Sort of. I don't know. Like, favorite, share, the subscribe button, follow me on social platforms on YouTube. I'm very home in this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And remember, if you guys, did I even say happy Saturday? Well, I hope everyone has a happy Saturday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, we're here to let you know. So I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.